She didn't just fall out of love with you, brother. She lost respect for you. And when that happens, most men panic. They beg, they chase, and try to win her back. But what if I told you the problem is not her, but that you lost yourself in the relationship? My name is Ed Heegan. I'm a former New York City firefighter, and now I'm a men's guide. And I help men through the challenges of midlife, through mindfulness, meditation, breath work, and understanding how our brains, our bodies, and our nervous system react to stress. And I see lots of men struggling with relationship issues because they've lost themselves in the relationship. And I want to talk a little bit about how to get themselves back, regain the connection and respect for themselves, and forge healthy relationships moving forward. Because a lot of the times the feeling that our woman doesn't respect us comes from the fact that we sometimes don't respect ourselves. And what I mean by that is sometimes we lose ourselves in the relationship. We have been taught from a very young age to put others' needs before our own. We're taught that if we just do what other people want, if we're obedient, well-behaved, and if we tend to other people's needs and wants, well, then maybe they'll give us back the love that we so desperately want and need. But this actually kills attraction. Because the only way that we can really truly be respected by others is if we respect ourselves. And respecting ourselves means we need to prioritize our mission, our purpose, our needs, our desires, and our pursuits. So if you're feeling like you're not getting that respect in your relationship, it's time to stop focusing on her and to turn that energy and start focusing on yourself again. I learned this lesson the hard way as well. I had a full life of traveling as an actor, filmmaker, as a firefighter. I had lots of interests and friends and doing lots of different activities. And when I met my wife, we bonded really quickly. It's kind of a trauma bond. And in that way, I shifted my energy and attention and dedicated my focus towards her wants and needs. And unfortunately, over the course of time, I kind of lost the identity of who I was. I lost my sense of purpose and meaning because I had shifted all my energy towards focusing on the relationship at the time. And in that way, when we're with a woman who wants to feel safe with a man who is secure and confident in who he is, when a man takes his life purpose and withdraws his intention towards his energy and time and dedication going towards a deeper sense of purpose and dedicates it towards her, she subconsciously loses respect for that man because he's not able to follow through and lead with conviction, intention, and purpose. And I know in our modern society, we've been taught to be obedient, be a good boy, do what mama wants, but that's an immature version of love. The more mature version of love allows us to focus on our mission and our purpose. And if you don't know what that is, well, that's kind of the reason you're here on this planet, is to figure that out. So once we understand that respect is intimately tied to our sense of purpose and meaning, we can withdraw the focus and attention on trying to fix her or convince her or chase her that she should want to be with us. And instead we can redirect that energy towards leading with purpose, intention, and conviction in who we are. And that starts by putting that attention into everything, the physical, mental, emotional, creative aspects of who we are. That means instead of focusing on her, focus your attention on building a strong, healthy body. Practice a strong and healthy mind through meditation, breath work, journaling, connection with other people, finding a deeper sense of purpose. You don't need to know what that is, but to just explore that, a deeper sense of purpose, will give you more confidence and conviction in who you are as a person. And in that way, when we're in the sphere of a woman's energy, she can sense that we're not so overly concerned with pleasing her, but that we have confidence and conviction in who we are. Because ultimately, women want to feel safe in the presence of a man. And the only way a woman can feel safe is if that man is leading with purpose and intention. Think about it from a primal perspective. If a man is going to go out into the woods and he's going to hunt, he's going to forage, he's going to fight to protect the village, he's not looking back and saying, honey, did I do it right? Honey, did I hunt that bison right? Did I protect you from that animal good enough? Did I fight off the other villagers? He's not looking for her approval. He's not looking to her for direction. He's leading with intention and knowing that he has to procure resources. He's got to hunt and bring back a large animal to feed the village. He's got to defend his people from an onslaught or an attack. And when he simply knows intuitively in his heart what he needs to do to live his life with purpose, in alignment with his natural abilities, he naturally becomes more rooted in his masculine frame, in his divine masculine of purpose, of protection, of provisioning. He doesn't need her approval, her direction. He appreciates her appreciation if she treats him with love and respect and gratitude and appreciation for him living in the strength of his masculinity to provide and protect. In that way, she feels safe. So when you think about it from a primal perspective, you can see we have the more traditional, ancient ways in which purpose and intention and meaning was built into our daily activities. And then you see the modern version of it, where I was raised, and a lot of us were raised, to be obedient, subservient, and to put the needs of women and other people before our own. And in that way, we've kind of lost ourselves. So this process of understanding why we behave the way that we do comes down to understanding our conditioning. We were essentially trained from a very young age to forfeit our sense of meaning, intention, and purpose, and give that away to becoming obedient and being compliant and being well-behaved. When in reality, we have a primal nature that begs us to not seek approval, not seek neediness or desperation or attention, but to have confidence and conviction in who we are as men. When we start to internalize these values, we start to realize, oh wait, yeah, I'm constantly thinking if I just do this, that, or the other thing for her, it'll make her happy. And if it makes her happy, she'll return that happiness and express gratitude and love. Maybe even I'll get lucky and get a piece tonight. But that's not the way it works. The way it works is being less needy, less desperate, less clingy, and trying to convince her that you deserve to be loved is a way to take your power back. Because what we need to do is start focusing more on ourselves by giving ourselves the very love that we're looking for from outside of ourselves. Giving ourselves the very sense of purpose that we think resides in another's approval. And in that way, we, instead of chasing what we want, we attract into our lives what we want. And so if you want to win her back, if you want to gain her respect, if you want her to appreciate you and reward you with love, affection, physical touch, and intimacy, well, we simply have to become attractive versions of ourselves. We have to know who we are. We have to have conviction in our ability to move forward in life with the confidence of building a life of purpose, intention, and meaning. So it's all in the way that you treat your body physically, your mind, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, without turning to her for her approval, without looking for her validation, without tying your sense of self-worth to how she responds to you. For lack of better words, you just have to stop caring. Don't worry so much about whether she approves, whether she likes it. Let her be unhappy. If you want to do something and you need to do something that's in alignment with your purpose, just choose to do it. If she's got a problem with it and she pushes back, she's testing you. And if she tests you, well, you have the ability to respond. Are you going to fall for that? Because when you fall for that test, brother, what happens is she feels like if you can't stand up to her and say no, how are you going to stand up to protect her in the real world if someone threatens you physically with violence or someone breaks into the house? Are you going to be afraid to stand up for yourself then? And so these tests by women are subconscious ways of them gauging, is he man enough to stand up not only to me, but is he capable of standing up for himself, for protecting me, our family, and our home? I know that sounds like an extreme version of a test, but these things happen on a subconscious level. And when you start to realize that we are animals that are operating from conditioning that is tens of thousands of years old, we start to recognize this is not about looking outside of ourselves to gain the things we want. This is about learning to live in alignment with our inner purpose, our inner values, to shift that energy into becoming the best version of ourselves. And in that way, we satisfy the needs that we have as individuals, not from the externalities, not from people's approval, love, affection. When our self-worth is tied to how other people perceive us, our women, people at work, it's great to have that respect. And it's a beautiful thing. But if we derive that sense of respect from forfeiting our own needs and abandoning ourselves, well, we're doing it because we want other people to like us. But if we learn to direct that towards ourselves and have a healthy relationship with ourselves, practice that self-love, that self-care, by keeping ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally fit, then people naturally will be attracted to respecting us. And they'll admire us, not because we need it from them, but because we naturally give those things to ourselves. So if we want those things for ourselves, if we want other people to give them to us, we first have to give them to ourselves. It all starts with our own relationship with ourselves. And so stop chasing her, stop looking for the validation, stop panicking. The first thing to do is learn to regulate your nervous system. If you're not really sure exactly how to manage your emotions, that's okay. Neither did I. I grew up in a very emotionally stunted environment, being the youngest of 5, and my dad wasn't really around to teach us these things. So I had to learn as an adult how to understand how our brains, our bodies, and our nervous system react to stress. And that's what I do now. I teach that stuff. So if you're curious about learning more, you don't have to walk this path alone. You can just click the link in the description below and let's connect. And we can talk about what it means to learn how to understand our physiology and how to get ourselves relaxed, grounded, and calm, and experience some inner peace. Because when we create inner peace for ourselves, everything we do, everything we say, the energy that we exude as human beings comes from this place of being confident and secure in who we are as men. And that, my friend, is attractive. So stop focusing on her, refocus on yourself, and recognize that practicing self-care is the best gift that you can give to the people you love in your life. So I hope that video helps. If it resonates for you, or you think you know somebody that might benefit from its message, please share it with them. It helps this channel to grow and helps men to become more emotionally mature and do the inner work necessary. So take care of yourself and each other. Thanks for watching.